Hi, I'm Marley from Our Protection Dogs. This is Charles, and today we're quickly going to speak about how to be a good dog owner, but out of the perspective of the breeder. So, how do breeders see the whole situation of you buying one of their puppies and things that drive us crazy?
Right, but before we start with our conversation, please have a look out at Our Protection Dogs Facebook group. So we've got an Our Protection Dogs Facebook group where we're going to discuss all different training techniques or training things or things about dogs. You can post your videos. This is not a site to sell anything or sell puppies or anything like that. And if you do post your training videos and stuff like that, please make sure that you're coming from a correct form of training, using the correct form of training methods. We are going to look at your videos. We are going to be critical about certain things on the videos or tell you it's nice or it's not nice. But please, if you do post any videos there, know that you're going to be opening yourself open for discussion. If there's questions regarding that video, please ask those questions. We don't allow any bullying or anything like that. And if there is any answers or techniques that you would like to bring forward, make sure that these are well proven and science-based methods. So anything else than that will not be tolerated.
Okay, so for today's video, this is also a little bit of an intro to some new videos we will be posting soon. We have decided to do a few, or like a little series of videos about pet dog training, and just for your average dog owner, and not necessarily to do with protection dogs. So please share our videos with your friends that do not own protection dogs. You want to tell them why we're doing it?
Yeah. So on Facebook or a lot of other sites, you usually see working dogs, but in a working dog home, there happens to be a pet dog. French bulldogs, I've seen a lot of it, or very cute dogs that we have as our lap dogs. We love dogs. We're in the dog community. And it's not always possible to cuddle or kiss or have a 38 kilogram Dutch Shepherd or Malinois sitting on your lap. That's I think that's the next thing to slice bread and start jumping off and hurting you. But we also like to have smaller pets that we can cuddle with, if you can put it like that. So a little while back, I fell head over heels in love with a certain breed, which if you had to ask me about 2 years back, I would have said, you're crazy, it'll never happen to me. But Marley also fell in love, and my son also fell in love with this, and it's a breed called a cockapoo, miniature cockapoo. So we totally fell in love with this little pup. We think that for me it was like hugging a little cloud, and we just had to have one. So our friend who breeds them, who is a very, very good breeder of cockapoos and labradoodles, we then spoke to her so that we can have our own little cloud of heaven with us, so that we can, and at the same time what we decided, we're going to make a whole video about how to train her. Obviously we're not going to train her bite work and things like that,
absolutely not,
but this is going to be new for you guys and for us to be doing. It's not new for us. We started off with pet dog training, but we would like to share some things and thoughts and training methods that we found it was really nice to teach our pet dogs or the classes that we taught. So this video then starts off as you as the buyer and what is expected from you as the buyer from the breeder's viewpoint, like Marley said.
Okay, first, I think the most important thing is, we spoke about this before, is research. So you hopefully will be researching the breeder, and then getting a breeder that is there to fulfill your needs of what you want. And that's hopefully a good breeder. Let's not go. I think you can go and look at past videos where we discuss all these things of how to choose a good breeder and stuff like that. But I think as a breeder, it's nice to know that people chose you because they've researched you, and not just because you're a backyard person that just puts two dogs together and can't sell the puppies and really trying to sell the pups that you have or anything that you can get. So this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about people that's out there to better the breed or to fill a need for people. So make sure you research.
That this is not for you actually to research the breeders. That you have to watch that videos of ours. But what Marley just said there is the most important tip. You want to know that the breeder you are speaking to are there to better the breed and not just breed for money. So all these health tests and stuff that needs to be done with certain dogs. I know little Annabelle, when she's coming, her parents have gone through blood tests and DNA tests. It's a list this long. It's very important to make sure that they are clean of any health and things like that. So these are the kind of things that good breeders go through. And we've discussed this before. You have a WhatsApp group, and every day new photos get posted, and a good breeder also starts with pre-potty training and all sorts of stuff like that, and you get to see this. So now what happens with you when you are ready to go and pick up your pup? Because this is advice to you, the potential puppy owner. This is the advice we're going to give to you, how from the breeder side, that what they expect from you to do.
But I think, like, before you even go and pick up your puppy, if I think about things that drive us crazy, it's like if you are on a waiting list and the puppies are born and you get notified and get asked to pay your deposit, then pay your deposit or tell us you're no longer going to take a dog. Because you get people that like keep you hanging, and then all of a sudden pull out. Now you have to go to the next person on the list, and it's really, really irritating, because sometimes I know us, I think we waited about 6 to 8 months, if not longer, being on a waiting list for this puppy, and this is almost nothing. So I know some of the other people have been waiting really, really, really long for specific breeds to get it. So pay your deposit or tell the breeder you're not going to take it. Don't keep people hanging. And make sure you pay your pup before you go and fetch it, because you have decided on this dog, you have done your homework. Hopefully you are a good responsible dog owner, so you've done all the homework and everything like that. And when you put your name down, this is only common decency, people. This is not nobody has to tell you this. This is only common decency to do something like that, not to let down if you put your name down for it. Then before you say something, I wanted just to mention that not all good breeders are good salesmen.
Oh yeah. That's another thing. Sometimes you'll think that they're quite big arseholes because they really don't want to sell you the pup, but it's not that. It's just that they invested so much money, so much time and money in, they wanted the correct. So they're not a good salesman. They're not there to sell their dogs, to get them to every Tom, Dick and Harry and use other names or start telling you lies why you should buy their dogs. You need to look at all the stuff that goes in before those dogs get bred, and are they bettering the breed, like we said.
And I think we want to make sure that they go to good homes. That's important, because you've invested so much time and energy and love into those dogs for the first 8 weeks of their lives, and it matters. To us it does, and I know to the breeder we're getting our puppy from, it really matters where the dogs go to. So some breeders make you sign contracts, everything to protect themselves and the puppies from being in the wrong hands. And
they will have proof. So if you ask them, they'll be very happy to show you the proof of all the health tests that's been done and the outcomes thereof. Be very careful of people telling you, oh, it's this breed, it doesn't need health checks.
Yeah, they like to say it's this breed, doesn't
need health checks, and so this is bullshit. Just make sure that you got on that side. Okay, so now as a buyer, I have done my homework. I know that there's certain things that I have to adhere to, and I have adhered to all those kind of things. I've gone through the contract that the puppy I'm buying, if there is a contract. Now I rock up on the day of buying my puppy. So usually what the breeders will do is they'll schedule you a time slot. Make sure you come into your time slot so you don't interfere with somebody else that gets their puppy. You know how it works, first come, first serve. So the ones that paid their money first, those are the ones that select their puppies for them. Or if puppies already been pre-selected for you, there's dates and times for you to arrive. So stick to your schedule and don't be late. make sure that you're important like that, because if you come late, if you made an appointment with me for 11 o'clock and you rock up there at 1 o'clock, I'm thinking in my mind,
You don't want, not gonna look
is this guy also going to leave his kids at school or someplace like that at a mall and not go and pick them up? So do you understand what I'm saying? So just be
on time.
On time, yeah, put it that way.
Right.
So now you rock up there and the breeder gives you a very, very important book or thing like that with all the vaccinations on. And people, you're not going to believe that. I'm sitting with books here that I gave to people in their hands that they left on the table, and it's a year later. Some of them are 2 years later, they still haven't come and picked it up. So I think this is really bad. It shows bad that you're not interested. Those books there is exactly known for when the next vaccination is, the next deworming, all the info is on that. If you want to leave the country, all the info is on there. The thing, you're going to need that, and you're going to need a vet to do all those vaccinations.
You can't do it yourself.
No, you can't do it yourself because you won't be able to get out of the country. That's the law. You need a vet signature next to it. So everything is on that vet book that tells you when last everything was done and when it's due for the next time. So make sure that you have all the stuff that you take with you. Make sure that you've got the right food for your puppy. Usually the breeders will give you sample packs.
Or before the time tell you what to get for your puppies, so that you are prepared. If you're just going to change the food of the puppy when you get it, it's going to have diarrhea, and that's going to stress in any case because it's in a new environment. Now you have to deal with that as well. So you ideally want to feed whatever the breeder is feeding. If you want to change to something else, then you can gradually do that then afterwards on your own time.
And then on that WhatsApp group, usually every day they post photos, the breeder posts photos of the puppies and everything, and then boy, if they're late, you can see some people, I haven't seen any photos or videos yet. Now when you go home, please show the same respect back to the breeder, and every now and then please send a little photo and a little video on how it's going with that dog. Breeders put a lot of time and effort and put a lot of love into these pups. They would like to know how everything is going, what the puppy is doing, something friendly, something funny, maybe puppy was sick, had diarrhea. They would like to know these kind of things, because if there is maybe something they know of, they could help you, not how to medicate, but go see such and such a almost a dentist, my God, vet that can help you, that is good with those kind of things. The other one is, so now you get your pup and 5-6 months later there's some allergy. Don't phone the breeder and start going down on him because the dog's got an allergy. The breeder did not design that dog. If all the tests and everything was done on that dog and it comes out with something which is possible, it can happen. It's not like maybe if, but it does happen. Rather speak nicely to the breeder and work together with the breeder as a team so that you guys can get behind the situation, why it's got that certain allergy or why that happened, and get a vet involved. This will help the breeder also for future breedings in the future, because it might not be a breeding problem. It might be an environmental, so many different problems that you have. But going off with the breeder because of Pooch being sick 6 or 8 months later, it's just do it nice. You don't have to go off and carry on like you're a client who bought a car and the car's not driving properly.
No,
different story.
A good breeder will be interested in what you've got to say.
And would love to help
if you bought from some person that just wanted to get rid of the dogs, they don't want to hear from you again afterwards. No. Ideally just want the money and the dog to be gone. So if you bought from a good person and a good breeder, they would want to know that something's wrong or that you're struggling with something. And then I think very important, and especially for us in South Africa, we struggle a lot with parvovirus. So you haven't had a puppy for a long time. Now you just bring your new puppy home and it dies of parvovirus. So a lot of people will tell you to sterilize your environment before the puppy comes if you're not sure if you have it or not. We're lucky in the fact that we also raise a lot of puppies, so we also know that if we had parvo here, our puppies would have all died. But we also sterilize because we do have so many dogs. So that's important. Getting a puppy from breeders that didn't vaccinate is you are taking a big risk, because they usually, if the puppies aren't vaccinated, neither is the parents, and the parents carry the antibodies over to the pups. So you're taking a risk and you're going to lose your puppy. And then also you only take that puppy out socializing and take them to new places after at least 2 weeks after the second vaccination. You just need that little immune system to be a little bit stronger before you go out. I know it's critical to socialize your dog, but I don't know in other countries how it is, but yeah, by us it's really bad.
Yeah.
So,
I'd rather have a healthy dog and socialize a little bit later, but spend more time in socialization. But I've got a healthy
there's
dog
also a
and I hope
lot
it
you
doesn't
can
die.
do
At home and things like that, and simulate a lot of things. And then the other thing, if you do buy a registered pup, make sure that you do get your registration papers and that everything is correctly, if that is very important to you. It takes a little while to get those registration papers, but it is there's a whole method of doing it with regarding the Kennel Union of South Africa, and I suppose all over the world is like that, there is certain fees to be paid and there is certain paperwork that's going to be filled in and name changes and all those kind of stuff, and then you need to do it by once you get the paperwork from the breeder. They will usually tell you exactly what to do, how to go further in getting the dog into your name and those kind of stuff. So just remember that you need to ask. If you don't ask, people are just people. They tend to forget also. The other thing about responsible owners and those kind of things is I said get back with photos and stuff like that, and also if there's anything that you need to know or that you need to find out, or maybe you want to go training with your dog and stuff, phone the breeder, ask the breeder, get the breeder involved in this, because this will also help, and is also a good thing for that the breeder is like happy where you go and train. Maybe you're going to train with somebody you think is fancy and smart, but meanwhile they're not, and they're throwing a front or they're carrying masks so that you can't see who they are, and they're just there to get your money, and it's to the detriment of the dog. So make sure that if there's any questions like that, involve the breeder. They like that. We like that if people contact us about our dogs and everything.
We're strict. We don't really allow.
I love.
I like that my dogs come to training with us.
Yeah, or with people that we know that we can say the dogs go and train over there because we know they have humane training methods. So those are the kind of things that we would like to share with you as potential dog owners or dog buyers, that as breeders and of the breeder side, that we also expect certain things from you. I know it's a financial transaction and all those kind of nonsense, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of effort and a lot of love that goes into those puppies. We as breeders, or
emotionally also
attached to those dogs, and we're responsible for those dogs. We've said that in all our videos. So please show that common respect back to us as breeders, or to breeders as well.
And then hopefully the next pet video will then be about the new little puppy.
Yeah. Annabelle the cockapoo. She's beautiful. I can't wait to get her. We're going to meet her very, very soon and bring her home very soon. I'm super excited. And I hope that you guys will also be excited to see something different on our channel, not just the aggressive side of things, the hard side of things, and the more high-driven things side of things. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to this video, like it, and don't forget, but if you did hit that notification bell, the next video that you will see is going to be about Annabelle. So I hope Marnie, when she does the editing, is going to put that little face there of her so that you can see how cute she is, so that you can see what she looks like.
I'll think about it.
Cheers.
Bye.